When you think of bowling in Africa, you usually think of having fun with friends on a lazy day. But the narrative is changing in South Africa as they have become the first African country to host the 10-pin Bowling African Nations Cup. The event, created by President of the 10-pin Bowling Association of South Africa, Vaughan Williams, had 3 African countries, Ethiopia, Mauritius, and South Africa, participate to promote awareness of the sport in the continent. South Africa, showing interest in the sport, selected and trained a team to compete and eventually won the maiden edition. They hope to get more nations to participate and eventually make bowling a recognized sport in Africa. The entrepreneurial spirit is a vivacious one to tame, and that's why entrepreneur Boale Agboade is helping kids aged 5 to 15 learn these skills early. Boale and her team have started the Kid Entrepreneurs Club to teach kids how to hone in on essential life skills while owning a micro business they actually have an interest in. At their first event in Lekki, they had over 70 child-owned businesses show up with services and products ranging from cleaning services to baked goods, selling to over 350 customers. They aim to get more kids to participate while honing in on an important business and life skill. The European Premier League is coming back to the motherland. Knowing well that they have a huge following in Africa, Premier Leagues participate in friendly matches to give their African fans a taste of the action up close. Tottenham and Crystal Palace have both played in South Africa, and now Everton has announced that they will be playing in Tanzania this July. This stop will mark the end of their East African tour and will take place in the country's national main stadium in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. It is not certain who will be playing against the team, but as the first Premier League to be playing in the East African country, fans cannot wait to watch all the magic unfold. The May Madness tournament is underway in Lagos and is shining its light on some amazing new talents in the sport of basketball. Among those talents is the youngest in the tournament, 16-year-old Chukwudalu Egbejiogu. Chukwudalu started playing in street games after being turned down by a coach and eventually tried out and got selected to play for the Lagos City Stars. He made such an impression in the first match against the Abidjan Raiders that even though his team lost, he got the most press after the match. His skill and talent ranked him 5th place in the top 10 players in the team, and this is just the beginning for him. African startups are getting a boost like never before. The Co-Creation Hub and Google for Entrepreneurs have teamed up to create Pitch Drive, an initiative to give African startups an edge by helping them have access to European capital. 15 African elite startup founders / tech companies will go on a European tour during which they will pitch to over 300 investors with a specific goal to raise over £20 million in the 3-week period. The initiative will not only expose the brands to international opportunities in London, Zurich, Berlin, and more, but would help raise potential revenue for the startups. Visit pitchdrive.xyz for more information.
From our studios in South Africa. So tonight, I'll say in earlier on that we have an interesting guest. As a young African doing work in Europe, in the United Kingdom particularly, and his ideas and innovations have come around even to be helping the most unlikely people amongst us as Africans or as people generally. But then let me allow us to have an intro even to who our guest is, and then we'll get him on air to have some further conversations about the work that he does even in that space, using technology even as a young person, even in furthering the African continent's objectives. Right, welcome back. and thank you for joining us.
Green.
Right, this is
All about Nigeria, man.
we will be joining our guest now, Mr. Sonny Yusuf. Sonny Yusuf, are you there with us? Right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You need a combination.
Mr. Yusuf.
You gotta have a bit of Niger.
Right. Okay. Yeah. How are you?
I'm fine.
Very well. How are you keeping?
Pretty good.
Great. Now, tell me, your organization is called Hybrid.
Yes.
Yes, and I see that you spelled it in an interesting way. Hybrid, as in how we pronounce it. Yeah, quite. And tell us about Hybrid. What is it about? I saw a bit of it in the introduction, and I just wanted to speak more about what your consultancy does.
Okay. So apart from the just to ask, we're live now yet?
Yeah, we are. Just to make it as natural as you can. Yeah. Right.
All right. So I'm not used to TV. So, apart from the name Hybrid, the whole point is I tried to buy HYBRI. Of course, that was very expensive to buy, and so I just very next best thing.
Right.
So what we do at Hybrid, we create cross-platform solutions using a very specific technology, Ionic, which basically allows people to have one particular product in terms of one, like for the mobile, iOS, Android, Windows Phone, and then also for the web applications, but using just one solution.
Okay. I see.
So that way they're saving cost, time.
All right. And what stirred your interest in this direction? What made you want to do this?
Well, I think since my days in Nigeria, I've always been sort of that, the awkward kid that's always liked computers and stuff like that. And getting into the UK economy or the UK environment, I got exposed at university to these technologies. And I've always kind of been a fan of efficiency because a lot of companies have this problem where they have to spend money and supporting different teams to create these solutions.
Right, okay.
So I was kind of part of the people that were pioneering a different solution or trying to look for a different path. And when we help community, we all cracked that. So it became kind of our job to show people how to train them and to help them create these solutions so that we can save cost and time. And
Okay. And with how far you've come with it now, how's that going for you?
Well, it's been a very good ride. You learn to basically see the world differently because, especially if you are sort of like in a place where you're supposed to be showing this very new technology, there's a lot of travel involved, and also you need to keep back to the community in terms of like training other people and lifting them so that they also do similar things that you have done. So it's been a very great ride, and had opportunities to even go to Nigeria and actually run a hackathon for the very first hackathon, Ionic. That was really exciting. We're looking to do more of that actually.
Okay, excellent. And part of what I read a bit of this and this. What is this? What's called Ionic and Angular training? I mean, that's quite fascinating. What does that mean?
Okay, so with Hybrid, the whole technology behind what makes it possible to actually allow you to help businesses create multiple solutions, but with the same sort of like code base. Not to get too technical, Ionic and Angular are basically behind that, and Angular is something that Google actually pushes right now. Ionic is just a company from the open source community, so I'm very much invested in these two technologies, and that's how they all come together to enable us to create solutions for businesses.
Okay, all right. And how do you help? How, you work in the UK department, health department now. How is that? How do you apply that even to the work that you do?
Well, I guess that's very interesting because my work with the department UK government is actually basically we're working house for charity Find Life, which sort of like my company's contract is working. So we're trying to get people that have been had some sort of health problems in the past few years, and then they're now in the social welfare program. Uh, it's very difficult because the mental state can be a challenging one where they don't feel energized enough to basically like come back and work because the government gives them some money. So we are attacking it from angle where we don't decide whether they get their benefits or not, but we like use proven clinical psychology to digitalize that, create solutions for people and the web around that, and help these people get to a mental state. Now, if you're really good about themselves, they can get a CV, write a CV, buy a tie, you hopefully keep the job and contribute to society more positively.
And how huge is that population in the UK? And I'll tell you why in a moment. How huge is that population in the UK?
So it's a very huge population. You're talking about different people because they're different sides. There's people that have come from more traumatic experience in terms of maybe they've had a loved one die, or people that have just had some sort of health problems in the past. So we're talking about, I think unemployment in the UK now is somewhere just around 5% or lower, and a lot of these people are in this health social welfare program. So we're talking a lot of millions of people.
Right.
Alone, it's a whole yeah.
And it might interest you. Yeah, thanks. And it might interest you even to know that here in South Africa, the unemployment rate is officially at 27.7%. Unofficially is about 33.5, right? So if you're talking about a population with 5% unemployment, and you find the mental challenges, you can imagine how much work you've got in a place like South Africa. Is there any African country that is using this technology that you've come about in Africa that you know about?
So at the moment, no, we are sort of like MindLab, which is the company behind this. Like I said, my company is contracted to work with MindLab. We currently are not in any African countries, but this is the discussion because we're starting off with the UK. We have limited funds. We need to first understand because, but we're in relationships with people like Australia and America. Because when you're going to new markets, you need to be very, very careful because the user context in terms of what makes people, what drives them to be in a place where they don't feel energized to go back and contribute to society is very different.
Yeah, absolutely.
You find out exactly. So we're definitely we have our eye on different parts of the world with countries like South Africa and Nigeria discussion, but it will be rolled out in stages amount of time.
I'm sure you'll have a lot to do if you have to do in Nigeria, for instance. Just by the sheer magnitude of the population, right? And then you being an African, and I'm sure you should be thinking about even helping Africa as well, even to be able to get to address some of these issues you've talked about. Because if the self-esteem isn't there, people are not able to feel confident about themselves, stemming from different societal pressures. That might be some additional help you can help Africa with, isn't it?
Absolutely, because I can tell you initially for us, we actually wanted to just help the targeted individuals in terms of that have been, in a very have been out of work for a while. And then when we started, I can tell you now we're actually working to help the caseworkers actually help these people because we realized you need to have some sort of training, have some sort of tools that are not there, pen and paper, so they're not as thinking, and if you're not productive, then help someone become more productive. So we've got to there, and we also have our eye on the policymakers and enable them to understand what it means, like what life, day-to-day life is for these people. So I see us definitely like Nigeria. It will probably be a slightly different approach because we first have a big unemployment gap.
Yeah.
So you need to tackle that. We will probably be very interested in see how we can help. But I think policy-wise, in terms of how we can make the policy and lawmakers aware where these people are in a mental state so that they can make better solutions for them. That would probably be great.
Correct.
One way that.
Correct, and I think that's one place to start from. If you get the policy right, then you can get the implementation, even to execute it almost seamlessly thereabout. But then I'll take a break at this point in time, and I just want to invite our viewers to also feel free to call in. The number will be on the screen for you to call in, and you can also just send us even messages through the social media platforms that you're familiar with. We will be back after this timeout, and we'll be chatting with Mr. Yusuf about his experiences, his work experiences, and what way forward, even for us as Africans, even in the work that he does. So please stay with us, and we'll be right back after this timeout.
ADTV, inspired to connect. Planet TV, Africa's most interactive 24 hours channel, reaching millions of viewers all over the continent on the DSTV and GoTV platform, invites prospective brands to be part of this new wave in television broadcast. For sponsorship and alternative advertisement placement, kindly contact Trending Media Africa on +234 706 945 2149 or +234 805 523 0403 or +234 813 956 1699 or email info@trendingmediaafrica.com. Planet TV. Own it.
For more inspiring stories, make sure you follow us on social media. The handles are @AfricanD_TV for Instagram and Twitter, and for Facebook, it's African Diaspora TV NG.
When others quit, we reinforce. When they cease to impress your TV screens, we rekindle television content. They dwell in the present. We see the future. They try too, but they cannot fit in our shoes. This is who we are. Deal with it.
Nigeria's biggest football party, Merrybet Celebrity Fans Challenge, storms the mainland this June. Come represent your club. Support Nigeria's finest entertainers, Mr. P of P Square, M.I. Abaga, Kiss Daniel, Sugar Boy, Orezi, Small Doctor, Bisola, Wole Arole, Beverly Osu, Wale Turner, Tunde Ednut, Terry Akbala, Tijan, Mayokun, VJ Adams, DJ Switch, and more. And host for the night, Kibati and Fowls. All happening June 10th, 2017 at Ikeja City Mall, Lagos, Nigeria, 5 p.m. Hurry now. Get your tickets at www.celebrityfc.ng. Merrybet Celebrity Fans Challenge. Mainland Invasion. Be part of history.
Coca-Cola?
Oh, it's happy hour. So, you want a free Coca-Cola, but you have to drink it here.
Your passion, your future, your now. Planet TV, own it.
Welcome to the streets. Planet TV. You better own it.
ADTV, inspired to connect.
Right, welcome back and thank you for joining us still on the Africa Diaspora TV program. So we'll cross over to our guests at this point in time also and have the conversations quickly so that we can get more out of our session and time with Mr. Sonny Yusuf. Sonny Yusuf is our guest tonight and he's joining us from the UK, United Kingdom, where he is based as a founder of Hybrid Technology Consultancy. And of course, he's leveraging on technology even to provide assistance to people who are mentally challenged and helping them even in the UK space. So we're excited to have him as part of the show tonight. And so, Sonny Yusuf, are you there with us?
Yes. Hi, I'm still here.
Great. Okay, thanks for staying with us and thank you for joining us on Africa Diaspora TV. All right. Cool.
Pleasure is mine.
Right, you're welcome. So I see that you had a presentation that you made some time ago, and it says how phone gap is used to Africa's development or something like that. So what is phone gap? What is it?
Oh, that's interesting. That you read that. So coming back to how we create solutions for companies where we have one solution across multiple devices. Yeah. Phone gap is the underlying technology behind that. Yeah. Which is being developed by Adobe. Okay. Which is one of the big or one of the biggest companies around. I actually had that talk in Amsterdam last year. So I was actually traveling the world. So I had spent like a period, maybe 6 months in Nigeria, and before that I was in Nigeria for maybe 2-3 years. So I met a lot of young individuals, young companies, really doing great stuff with phone gap. So I actually asked them to change my talk to this talk that I gave about how that technology, because it's helping a lot of African startups, Nigerian startups to be specific, to create solutions, because it's very expensive to create mobile solutions. So if these guys can actually use something like phone gap to create a one size fits solution, it saves them a lot of cost. Okay. And a lot of people actually listen to the experiences.
Okay. And so is that a widespread practice in Africa from your experience, the use of phone gap?
Well, I would say Nigeria, it's certainly, I would say it's not predominant, it's well known, because on a global scale, there's a shortfall of people with skill needed to take advantage of this technology to create these applications. We have that shortfall here in the UK, we have shortfall here it's like America and Europe, where the technology is actually. So I would say Nigeria is one of the places where they're taking advantage of that. You have a lot of people that have solutions. Okay. Things like phone gap or Cordo. But we can always do about just the reason behind me talking about this and exposing a lot of startups that I use in them, sort of on a positive limelight, and also coming back to run some trainings and help the local communities sort of impact and educate them on how they can actually solutions or their startup solutions with this technology.
Okay, excellent. And in terms of even expanding access, even or information about phone gap, Ionic, Angular training, and all that, you say you are I see that you're heavily invested in this Ionic and Angular communities. How big is that community in Africa, for instance? Would you know?
I can tell you on the back of my head that definitely in Africa we do have an Ionic community. Definitely in Nigeria, so Ionic community. I was online a couple of weeks ago. I spoke about Ionic. We ran the first Ionic hackathon event in January of 2016. We had people all the way from Osun State coming to Oyo State and Osun State. We had people from Kwara coming on that day
Wow.
just to attend that hackathon.
Wow.
And I was surprised. I was walking on the street and somebody called me the Ionic guy because these were people that have maybe read something I wrote. So I was so surprised. It's very big. Definitely, it's like South Africa, Kenya,
Right.
Egypt, but also the Angular community. I was at the largest Angular conference in Salt Lake City, America, and they kind of a lot of like maps of Angular communities, and there was a big geotag map in Lagos.
In Lagos.
Which made me feel very good.
Wow.
Yes, there was one on top of Lagos map.
Well, that's quite interesting. I mean, I wouldn't know that was already existing. And when you look at the future of this communities, this technology, and for Africa's growth, what are your projections? What do you see?
Oh, absolutely. I have nothing but positive thoughts for these communities, the ones in Africa.
Okay, I'm told that we've got a caller for you, Sonny Yusuf. Yes.
Oh, carry on.
Hello.
Hello, yes, miss. Thank you for joining us on Africa.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Oh, I'm calling.
You are. Oh, the caller is. Oh, we lost the caller. Okay.
Oh, the caller is gone.
No, okay. Maybe it's one of your participants from somewhere in Ogbomoso. I don't know, but we'll just check.
I hope so.
Maybe. But these days, what technology can do, I mean, leveraging on technology and getting things done. Interestingly. So while we probably get the caller back on the line, in a brief moment, just tell us about your experience, your work experience. I see you've done work with Samsung, with Microsoft, or you've got some recognition rather, some awards from them. What was it that led to those recognitions and awards?
Well, I've kind of been a bit of everywhere. So with Samsung, there was a hackathon hosted at my university while I was still first year.
Yeah.
It was to develop a mobile application in I think under 24 hours.
Okay.
So you didn't sleep, and I was I think my second year was dedicated to people much higher, but I'm never really scared, so I dived in, and they gave us certain set of tools to use.
Yeah.
But I actually used similar technology like Ionic and Angular because I wanted to create one size fits all solution.
Right.
I never thought I was going to win, and 24 hours later, I was actually one of 5.
Wow.
So that was with Microsoft. It's the same. I kind of carried on. Microsoft had a program where you an application.
Okay.
For it.
Yes, we've got a caller for you, Sonny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Go ahead. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Hello. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening. Hello. Yeah. On ADTV.
Hello.
Yes. Can you hear us?
Hello. Good evening.
Yes. Good evening. Yes. Yeah. You're on Africa.
Okay. Sunny, how are you?
Hi. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Who are we speaking to? Who's calling?
Okay, my name is Hanna Mukhtar Mai.
Oh, okay. Okay. So,
My name is Hanna Mukhtar Mai.
yes. Thank you. Go ahead. I think Sonny recognizes you. Go ahead.
Okay. Congratulations for your achievement. We are so proud of you.
Yes. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm so proud of you as a mother. I'm proud of you as a Nigerian.
Wow.
You are a role model to all the Nigerian youth.
Wow.
We hope you will do better than what you are doing now. Congratulations on all your efforts.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Oh no, you're not blushing anyway.
We wish you all the best. Have a nice day.
I am blushing, unfortunately.
Never say thank you, ma'am. Thank you for calling in. And thank you for the encouragement. Thank you. Have a good evening, Father. No, you can't be blushing. A black man, I mean, how be blushing? No, but I mean, I think it goes to show that people do appreciate the efforts and the work that you do, which is part of the reasons why we thought we should have you as our guest on Africa Diaspora TV. And I must say thank you also for the inspiration that you give to many young people out there, especially in Africa. Thanks a lot. Huh? Right.
The pleasure is mine. It's
Right.
only what we can do as Africans to each other.
Great. Right. Now, so in terms of the way forward, now next steps, I know you spoke about some training that. Okay. Well, Sonny, you've got another caller now. Okay, coming in. Please.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Hold on.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, please.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Hello. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Very clear. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead. Oh, okay. Well, we lost the call now. So let's go ahead, Sonny, while we wait for the caller to call in again. I was asking, in terms of the next steps and future, what are you looking at doing with the skills, with the opportunities ahead in Africa? What are your plans?
So I can't begin to tell you the plans we have in terms of for the African community.
Right.
First of all,
Okay.
Like I told you,
Pause, Sonny. The caller is here now. Let's have maybe the caller have that as well. Yes, go ahead. Good evening. You're welcome to ADTV. Thank you. Yes, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
How are you, Sonny?
Hi, hello.
Who's calling? Who is calling?
How are you, Sonny?
I'm fine, man.
Hello, yes. I'm calling you from, this is one of the parents from Laura. I know you very well, and I'm proud of you. I'm so happy to see you. I wish you well. Keep up the good work. This is Otikomoda from Laura.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, I remember you, man.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Laura. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay, have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Right now, and I feel them as well. Right. Okay. Once again, people appreciating the work that you do, even with this. Is this ionic and angular training? Is it? Okay. I'll get a hang of that at some point. Yeah. So you were saying about what your plans are and the scope of what you want to do in Africa.
Yes, it's such a big. In fact, I've dedicated the next few years where I have to spend a minimum 3 months in just Nigeria, like Africa, Nigeria again. We have a road trip already planned. Every time I go to the conference, I'm always upholding Africa, Nigeria, thanks to the good work that people like Andela and some other guys are doing as well. So we're planning hopefully to host a conference somewhere in Africa, hopefully Nigeria, in the next few months or years. We have all these world-class speakers coming in to show people what they can do. We also have an initiative where we're going to be working with a company for my friend runs called Girls Coding to get more girls into young engineers, female engineers into coding.
Right. Okay.
We want to run, and I've been given a challenge by boss Jenny, the founder of CC Hub, to host at least minimum of 3 trainings in Nigeria, or else my passport will be seized.
Right.
So 1 down to go for this year.
Okay.
And yeah, there's so much in terms of creating working space for people where we can involve them in those projects, can lift out. And we want to start probably in Nigeria, those countries, Ghana, South Africa, Kenya, Egypt, and North Africa, and Ivory Coast, and all these things like that.
Right. And the universities generally, do you have any affiliations or any plans with the universities across in Africa?
Well, absolutely. So one of the things I did personally while I was traveling in Nigeria was to go through to get in touch with different universities. So I actually went ahead to visit in Oka. Okay, all right. Self-sponsored trip, when they had a free training day to the students. We had almost 300 people show up. Great people create great solutions, make together. We had Lautech.
Okay.
In Ogbomoso.
Right.
I got to try the very famous Ogbomoso. You should try it.
Okay.
We had talks with Unilag, the Polytechnic in Lagos. We had talks with people in Lorraine as well.
Yeah.
And now we're talking to a lot more universities because we have so much that we want to work with. And hopefully we can do that in the next few months.
And all that. And with the government, how is that working out? Because earlier on we spoke about even those policies. How about, because the government can help in getting this across to many more people. Any plans and thoughts along those lines?
Well, I think with the way, I don't want to put or bring a negative sort of like mindset into this, but of course with the uncertainty of the nature, especially speaking of Nigeria, political climate, but the way we've tried to approach this is not necessarily from top down. So we've gone from ourselves, who can we help around us, how can we make a difference, and then go from the ground up.
Okay.
So we're going to collaborate with the government, but I think the narrative here is that we're going to be able to do whatever we can with what is available.
What's available there, right, yeah.
Then hopefully if some of the government...
And I guess that's the spirit of doing things in Africa, because you'll probably not even get everything right as you will find in European communities. So you've got to start making things work despite and in spite of the challenges you find around you. And that's quite interesting in there, right? Okay, so in terms of your words of encouragement, even to viewers, to young people, what would you like to say to them, especially if you look at your own trajectory and how the challenge for young people in Africa today, or even all over the world, and you've been able to just get this going, what would you say your words of advice or encouragement would be to such a group of people?
You know, I can spend all day advising young individuals. I have 6 younger ones myself, and that's all I do all my life. But to keep it very, very, brief, is I would challenge young individuals, especially young Africans in the diaspora.
Right.
Make mistakes.
Don't
be scared to make mistakes.
Don't be scared to make mistakes, okay?
By making mistakes, you learn.
Right.
And also, don't limit your mental ability to succeed to a specific geographic location. Don't think you cannot make it in a country that's not yours or your country.
So have an open mind, broaden your
Have an open mind.
Broaden it, yeah.
Never say impossible. Impossible is nothing.
Right. Okay.
Only those who see the invisible can achieve the impossible.
Only those who see the invisible can achieve the impossible. Okay,
Yes.
All right, okay.
And also, it's for young people, it's very easy to have so many things going on because you see different things.
Yeah.
It's very
focused now.
It's very, it's focused. Because I always say, do not fear the man that has practiced 1,000 different kicks.
Okay.
You know, if you go to martial arts. But fear the man that has practiced one kick 1,000 times.
Okay, yes. So say that again. And that's quite interesting. Do not fear the man who has practiced 1,000 kicks, right?
Yes.
But fear the man who's practiced one kick 1,000 times.
1,000 times.
Wow, that's powerful in terms of focus now. Okay, all right, that's quite interesting. Wow. No, thanks. And definitely we sure would like to have even more from your own end in terms of what you do, and perhaps we could even get to have some of your other colleagues that you work with also to show us even some of these practical things, and especially when you talk about even the mental states of people and how you help them in their social lives and all that, right, in there. But otherwise, well, thank you very much for sharing those thoughts, and we wish you all the best, and thank you for being part of the show tonight. And we look forward to working with you again. All right.
The pleasure is all mine. Thank you very much for having me.
My pleasure. Okay, then, and keep well and have a good evening further. And we will be in touch with you even to see that, right? Thanks.
All right. Right. Salam.
Okay, good. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. That was Sonny Yusuf from the UK, the founder of Hybrid consulting firm and a technology firm based in the UK, where the leverage on technology in the areas of ionic and angular technology or training and all that, and using it for people's development. And there he was sharing his own thoughts and views around how Africa can benefit from such technology. And we hope that that has been worth your while, even being with us on the show tonight. And we look forward to being able to develop more of the Sonny Yusufs across Africa. And even if should you have questions, comments, our social media handles are there for you to join us in. And we thank you for all the comments and all the views that you share with us. So on that note, I'd like to sign off tonight and say thank you for joining us on the Africa Diaspora TV show. Toye Abio is the name here, and I look forward to sharing the space with you again, same time next week. Thank you for being with us on this show tonight.
Did you know South Africa couldn't have ended apartheid or achieved black rule if it wasn't for the leadership role played by Nigeria? 2 out of the 3 post-apartheid South African presidents, Nelson Mandela and Thabo Mbeki, once lived under asylum in Nigeria in the 60s and 70s.
Nigeria's biggest football party, Merrybet Celebrity Fans Challenge, storms the mainland this June.